Again, part of my vulgarity, there is still so much more to this. Do you guys know how much pain I had to go through? I puked every day for like 5 years straight. And everyone's like, go to the doctor, go to the doctor, go to the doctor. And then I was sitting there and I was like, well, that was somebody out here in New Mexico apparently. And because my grandma was sitting there watching some TV show and it's all like, go to the doctor, you have the prettiest pee I ever did CC. And I was sitting there and I was like, that's disgusting. I haven't been to the doctor in a while. Not only that, but the doctor's like, you gotta get a relationship and you gotta build a relationship with the doctor. And then they're all like, oh, but it wasn't supposed to be that type of doctor and it had to be certain hospitals. And the hospital out there in Dunn ended up making it to where there was no kids because he didn't want me having kids. And it wasn't necessarily the person that I ended up having a kid with or anything like that. But then they tried saying that my daughter is not my daughter and all kinds of other things. And then they made me move into my mom's house. They tried saying that my mom was the mother. They took 2 years ago, they ended up taking my daughter away from me. And then they brought her over to my mom's house. And Corey and my mom rendezvoused and all kinds of different things. But they brought her over to my mom's house. The cops told me I wasn't allowed to go over there. And they said that she's the mom. She could sleep with however men she fucking wants. First off, I don't like whores. I don't like polyamory. I don't like any of that kind of stuff. Sorry, Monroe. It's like, that Monroe crap is just a fucking trauma experience. And pardon my vulgarity. I'm usually not this vulgar, but sometimes I am. But I mean, this whole entire experience is just beyond wrong. They tried getting me to go on Social Security disability. Then I ended up getting hit in a car accident. Some guy with his son hit me in a car and made my car turn and turn. And then they tried saying in the police report that I was turning left, but I was turning right. And I ended up going straight. And they're like, oh, but you were turning left. It's like, no. Stupid fucking police. And then the police in Dunn, they were like, oh, he's the dad. He can do what he wants. You can't file a police report on the dad because he can do what he wants. I didn't have the police support. I didn't have people support. I didn't have support from anybody. And then when it came to my family's like, you're the most negative person I've ever met. You're just a horrible person. You're just a horrible, mean person. This, that, and the other thing. And it's like, that person, it's like I haven't even heard from my family in a long time. Even though my family is my family, the weirdest shit ever freaking happened. And then on top of it, I see all kinds of split stuff. So like in Garland, Texas. So I type my name up in the maps and whatever, and then my name pops up in like Riverside, and then it pops up, and there's a Riverside over here, like a Riverside Road. It pops up in Riverside, and it pops up as this whole entire polyamory crap because it pops up in Garland, Texas, where Hannah pops up. But in Queen City, it pops up in, and when I'm talking about Queen City, I'm talking about Charlotte, North Carolina. I mean, there's Queen City all over the place, like Maryland and Michigan and other places too. But Pickwick pops up, and that's where Corey left me for her. And it's like I'm sitting there, and I'm all like, Bad King, whatever the fuck he is, I won't let you be my queen unless you get rid of your insecurities because I act them out. So if you have any type of insecurities, and I'm sitting there and they're like, do you realize that people over here, it's all like, I'm all like, you left me for a fat bitch? And the next thing you know, all the people around here, over there in Albuquerque, they're sitting there and they're gay. And they're not just gay, they're like, no offense, I don't like trannies and I don't like LGBTQ or anything like that. No offense. I mean, like, I used to be a part of the GSA until they tried labeling me as fix yourself, fix the world. What did I need to fix about myself? What exactly did I need to fix about myself? My insecurities? I used to be called ugly all the time. Like, all the time. And then I get here, and what happens? All these freaking people over there in Albuquerque, for some reason, were sitting there telling me, like, oh, I like the curves, or you need to have curves. They like the curves. And Corey, one time, right after the surrender type thing, he used to tell me that I was pretty, and he used to love my body, but everybody's talking about, oh my god, the cop tried telling me that I was Nicki Minaj. And he's all like, oh, you're Nicki Minaj, and he was talking to me as if I was Nicki Minaj. People were like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. And I'm like, why, when would I ever, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Just absolutely not. And just so much